has been there for generations.
Theater is about the issues and struggles and challenges.
So excited.
Watch South Asian Theatre Festival only on TV Asia.
Hello everyone, I'm Barkha Kishnani from the South Asian Theatre Festival, and I'm here to bring a program regarding theatre. Theatre has been there for generations in different forms. It's an expression of emotions, anger, joy, happiness, you name it. Theatre can be made as fancy or as simple as you would like it. It is different languages, different people, different emotions, different aspects. It has been there for generations, and lately it has traveled in the South Asian form to the United States also. I'm proud to be part of a theatre group called the Epic Actors Workshop, and we have this festival every year, the South Asian Theatre Festival. We've been having it for the last 7 years, and we are very proud of it.
We started this festival back in 2006 at George Street Playhouse at a community level, and idea was to bring all the talents from South Asian origin to bring into one place through theatre. And we had a lot of support and a lot of excitement in the community. We had a very successful event in 2006, 2007. But this year, there was a lot of demand from the community that we should bring this festival back in the community. And fortunately enough, we were able to collaborate with Crossroads Theatre and brought this festival back in community.
On behalf of Epic Actors Workshop and Crossroads Theatre, I want to say that we are excited to bring before you our voices, the theatre from the South Asian youth group, as you see behind me, with theatre experts like Ricardo Khan and Sibusisu Mamba directing and collaborating this project.
Our 3-day event started with a play reading written by Gargi Mukherjee, New Voices from a New Generation. It gives the South Asian youth an avenue to express their feelings and gives them a venue to share their thoughts. The play reading was followed by a panel discussion, which was moderated by Joya Das.
Can you give me a hug? I will always be your girl.
I'm Alana Saltzman. I'm part of Bond Street Theater, and so I'm going to be in the Bhopal play on Sunday. And I was totally honored to be a part of this process. Gargi asked me a couple days ago if I wouldn't mind just reading stage directions in a play, and I kind of signed on not really knowing what to expect. And I'm so glad that I got to be a part of this play and hear all the stories and help have all their voices be heard, because the stories are really important, and I'm glad I could be a part of it.
A wonderful job really encapsulating my experience of growing up here, as people like to call us ABC News American or confused Daisies. I think that we really get a raw deal. I really think we get a raw deal being stuck between those two generations, and you've got parents whose mothers were so stuck in 1969 India, and you're really, for all intents and purposes, American kids.
Feasts that were focused on food, you know, and just the celebration of the harvest is where we started, but to take it from there to the political statements that could be made in a way that you can't get up on a, you could go out in a park and get on a sofa.
My name is Javed Danish. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm the artistic director of Rangmanch Canada. I'm here for a panel discussion. Yesterday we had it. It's a unique opportunity for all the playwrights and writers in North America. We're all getting together here. This is the South Asian Theatre Festival, and it's Dr. Deepan Ray is bringing all these and bridging the gap and building bridges among different communities. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, it's because the theater is theater on the text, but it becomes beautiful when the actors give it a voice.
Monira, who you know, Deepan, who sat up here and was one of the, she's been receiving death threats, and virtually every woman I know who has stepped out to do your job as a radio person or a television person or a theater person, every one of them receives death.
One of the plays was a Gujarati play, Gandhi, which was a comedy and was very well accepted. The good part of this particular production was that it was understood by the entire audience because we had a super title screen which translated every word that was being said into English. It was enjoyed and it was fun.
Politicians, how they use the name of Gandhi for their betterment. And it's a wonderful, what we call it as a situation comedy in the form of a folk play.
એના જે કેરેક્ટર્સ છે એમાં રંગલો રંગલી વિદૂષક અને જેટલા બી પાત્ર છે વિભિન્ન પાત્ર એકથી વધારે પાત્રો આમાં ભજવે છે અને આજે એ ગાંધીનું સટાયર પોલિટિકલ સટાયર એક છે અને ભાવાઈ ગુજરાતી લોકનાટ્ય શૈલી ભાવાઈના અંદર એનું અમે આજે પ્રસ્તુતિકરણ કરવાના છીએ.
આ નાટકમાં હું અલગ અલગ પાત્રો કરું છું. શ્રી ગણપતિ મહારાજની ભૂમિકા કરું છું. ત્યાર પછી એક ગામડાના એક પ્રજાજનની ભૂમિકા છે, નેતાની ભૂમિકા છે અને બીજી એક ગામડાના એક પ્રજાજનની ભૂમિકા છે. આ નાટક બધા ખૂબ જ ગમશે. એમાં પોલિટિકલ સટાયર છે, આજના રાજકીય નેતાઓ પર કટાક્ષ છે, આજની રાજકીય શૈલી ગાંધીજી આઝાદી પાયા પછી કેવી રીતે કયા માર્ગે ગઈ છે એ અંગેનું આ નાટક છે. આ નાટક અમે ધારીએ છીએ કે લોકોને ખૂબ ગમશે.
मेरी प्यारी बहनों, मुझे आज बहुत बड़ा दुख होता है. मुझे बड़ा दुख होता है. क्यों? कि अभी तक प्रेस, वीडियो और फोटोग्राफर कहाँ है? मैं इधर का फोटो खींचो ना भाई इसकी.
In the play Gandhi, I am playing 3 characters. One is Rali, which is the main character. Then I'm Lakudi, which is again the village character, the main character in that one. Basically, this is a Bhavai, so all the characters are villagers, and there's a quick change in the character, so I'm wearing a lot of layers inside, so I can make quick changes. So it looked like different characters.
let's have a glimpse at Bhopal, performed by my very own Epic Actors Workshop. It is a heartbreaking, heart-wrenching play about the disaster that happened in Bhopal, India in 1984. It is written by Rahul Verma, and it was accepted very well by the audience. The actors worked very hard for this production to make it a success. They traveled to India and Nepal for this production.
What is it like to work with South Asian themes and South Asian theater companies? But for us, it's rather natural because so much of our work over the last 15 to 20 years has been international collaborations.
The tree grows from the tree.
The plane leaves December 3rd, 1984 at 0100 hours from Bhopal International Airport.
I play the Canadian doctor, Sonia Labonte. It's a really wonderful experience.
A government car will take you to the airport. My people will make sure that you catch your plane with no inconvenience.
Congratulations.
Blindfold in the story scene. Do I need a blindfold before or no? I'm just doing the coughing thing.
I'm the director of the play Bhopal and artistic director of Bond Street Theater, and we're very happy to have this collaboration with Epic Actors Workshop. Creating the play Bhopal is a very interesting play about the disaster, the Union Carbide plant disaster of 1984. It's a really very provocative play, and I think it's very important in the theater to be able to portray a story in a way that really gives a message, but not that you feel like you're hitting people over with a message. And I think this play really does it very well. It's a dynamic and dramatic story, and that's the most important thing, that it's a really interesting, compelling story.
Chaos Theory was a light comedy performed by Nazara Group from New York. It spanned a whole lifetime, from a younger generation to an older one. The same characters were acted out by different actors. It was very entertaining and very informative.
Hi everyone, my name is Veda Kumarjigura and I'm the director of Chaos Theory, a production by Nazara, and we are performing as part of the South Asian Theater Festival of New Jersey. Chaos Theory is a story about two professors who should fall in love, but life interrupts them. It's a story of missed connections, and it's a story about immigration and finding a way and into fitting into a new life. Our call time's in 30 minutes and everyone's getting dressed. Shelly's getting her eyeliner done. Are you excited?
So excited.
She's busy. I'm sorry. But she's a little busy.
What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? Where was his brain?
You have 5 hours to figure it out if you want that magna.
Summa, madam.
Isn't your GPA 3.6?
Let's just say that there's lots of sexual tension in our show, and the audience will be on the edge of their seats at all times, like here, showing with such an attractive cast. I don't think that there could be anything less.
Oh, hi. You're the last man I called in a crisis. But you still did. Breathe.
I am breathing. What are you, a midwife?
Not like a pregnant woman, not breathing like one.
Reflecting on your pregnancy?
Although theater has been a part of South Asian culture for generations, Chaos Theory brings a different perspective than the other plays in the festival because it's a little bit more relatable. It talks about everyday life, the challenges people face by immigrating to a new country, the choices people have to make, and more importantly, the relationships that change when you decide to move across the world. The play is about missed connections, and Keshav and Natasha, who play Sunita and Mukesh, always seem to be at the right place at the wrong time. Can you talk a little bit about missed connections and how your characters deal with that?
Oh, hi. I was just getting ready. I love Sunita's character because she's quite feisty. And I think ultimately, yes, the timing is bad, but one of the things that hinders the possibility of their relationship is that Mukesh is emotionally stunted and cannot deal with the fact that she's made herself available over and over again. So it's your fault.
Well, I disagree. I think Mukesh is a pure intellectual, and he has a very specific idea of what love is, and that's what he seeks. And I think he finds it in Sunita, but he wants it on his terms, and that's something we can never have, and that's the comedy of this play.
After Sunita and Mukesh come to America and have been here for a few years and are working, they're a little disappointed in their lives, and Sunita especially is always looking at India as someplace that she can go back and everything will be fixed. Do you think India is this safe space that a lot of immigrants have, that even though the country has changed, they think that they can go back and fix all their problems?
I think my character Sunita is very earthy, and even though she's really intellectual and modern, her heart is in India, and she feels even after all these years of staying in America, she really belongs there. Even though India has changed, she still wants to go back and live in the dusty old photograph. So her character is all about going back and making a connection with the country and with the man she loved in the first place.
Some discussion on that, but then it's mostly gin and tonic. Yeah, it's joking. It's just innocent phone chats, nothing real.
Oh, that reminds me. I don't have your new number.
What's that?
Oh, this is my new Palm Pilot. You know, it's that type of thing they use nowadays to store their address and stuff. They call it a digital organizer.
I know what the fuck this is. I mean, what the hell are you doing with one of these? It's supposed to be an impoverished intellectual in pursuit of high knowledge, not a video game freak.
Very hip, you know, for a professor of Indian literature to be up with the modern technologies. Anita told me it's the latest one out there. It's the Palm 7, the Palm 8, or 9, or 10, anyway.
But the real beauty of this play, again, is the fact that the characters are just so well written, but they're not written to be South Asians. They could be anybody. They just happen to be from South Asia. So that's the beauty of this work, that it's so relatable to so many people because it's a great character study and it's a study of the human condition.
The misconception that I have seen South Asians is they think after 30 years in the US, they go back and you will see everything back in India as it is. But the play brings out that that's not the truth always. The country, back India has also changed accordingly.
Some stories are timeless. Mohan Rakesh's Aadhe Adhure is one example of that. It was performed by Natya Bharati from Washington, D.C., and it was a huge success.
Aadhe Adhure actually was written by a well-known playwright, Mr. Mohan Rakesh, in 1950s actually. Very complicated play talking about a dysfunctional family and the role of a woman. Especially in those days, it was a different role women played, and how he has depicted it is it's unbelievable. Very intense play.
मैं इस घर से अपने अंदर एक ऐसी चीज लेकर आई हूँ जो किसी भी स्थिति में मुझे स्वाभाविक नहीं रहने देती। क्या चीज? मैं पूछती हूँ क्या चीज? इसका एक ही जवाब होता है। क्या?
It was also actually enhanced with when you have such a playwright, you need a good director as well. So we had Mr. Amol Palekar, who he came from Bombay, and he directed this play, stayed with us for a month, and he gave it his own angle, his own view of how the characters should be represented.
Aadhe Adhure is a classic milestone play in Hindi theatre in India. It was written about 50 years ago, but the problems of a dysfunctional family still persist, and that's why it's a timeless kind of a play. This play talks about the relationships between the woman, her husband, and her very frustrated life and her attempts to get out of the rut she is into, and in that struggle she is trying to bring her family up out of the rut. And it's a classic struggle which people in this country, the Indians, South Asians who are in this country, they can relate to. Many families we have seen have gone through very similar situations.
In this play, Aadhe Adhure by Mohan Rakesh, I play the role of Savitri. Savitri is a very interesting character. In fact, I think this was the first play post-independence that spoke to emancipation of women in the Indian society. And Savitri portrays a woman who's trapped in the circumstances of her family, with a husband who has sort of become dysfunctional and not contributing to the household.
सचमुच अपना घर समझते इसे दो कह दो जो कहना चाहती हो 10 साल पहले मुझे कहना चाहिए था जो आज कहना चाहती हूँ अब भी कह दो इससे पहले के 10 साल 11 हो जाए नहीं होने पाएंगे 11 साल इसी तरह चलता रहा सब कुछ तो नहीं होने पाएंगे सचमुच काफी अच्छा आदमी है जगमोह ऑफिस से दिल्ली में ट्रांसफर भी हो गया उसका मिला था उस दिन कनॉट प्लेस में कह रहा था आएगा मिलने एक दिन तुमसे डैडी क्यों ऐसी क्या बात कहती मैंने तारीफ ही तो की उस आदमी की खूब करो तारीफ और भी जिसके हो सके तुमसे मनोज आज तुमसे जो कहता है ये सब पहले जब यहाँ खुद आता रहा है रात दिन यहाँ रहता रहा है तब क्या उसे पता नहीं चला ये सब मैं उसे नहीं पूछती पर क्यों नहीं पूछती मुझे नहीं लगता
The whole crew, I mean, you could see the amount of dedication. I mean, it was just terrific, and it leaves you with. It starts in a very interesting way, and you can sort of relate to small things within the play. And towards the end, it sort of leaves you with a lot of questions, and you sort of try to relate it to your life.
I think all of us just were in totally the spirit of the play today, and the audience was fantastic. We got such a good response. Like they were laughing at the correct places. They were kind of like giving us the reactions that the play wanted. So it was really, really, really nice. From my personal character's perspective, I think it was a lot of fun playing Kinney, which I think I was or I still am in my real life.
From the Crossroads Theater Company to be able to be a part of this, but mostly to know that we were working on a play that was inspired by their stories. And so we're not doing something that's made up, we're doing something that's real and that's rooted in the people who are our next generation. So it was wonderful to be part of that. And I learned an awful lot, and I love all of you, and I thank you. All right.
I just want to say the word crossroads to me is what has been represented tonight. Crossroads is a place where people meet, where cars meet, where in this particular building where different cultures from the world meet. And this weekend, the whole festival, and particularly tonight, that we're beginning a new version of the word crossroads inspired by the youth who've created this wonderful, heartfelt, really deeply probing work. And I am just so excited to be a part of it. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Theatre is my passion, and this is something that I do to relieve my stress from work. More than the theatre itself, it's the process of producing a play that makes it much more interesting. Our mission is to bring the South Asian community together through theatre as a medium. We also go to India and other South Asian countries to perform. I feel I'm very, very lucky to be part of this.
Really, all of the plays that are being presented here are all very, very interesting and very compelling. And I just really appreciate the opportunity to be at the South Asian Theatre Festival. The South Asian community is not represented as much as it should be, and they have a lot to contribute to the general mainstream media. And this is a great opportunity for them to show their acting skills. And of course, acting is done so beautifully all over India, as we well know. So So we would really like to bring more of a presence in the South Asian community here in the United States and really show the skills of the South Asian community. So I'm very proud to be here, and thank you very much for TV Asia for covering this and really covering the issues of the community, because I know they've been working very hard all this time to really do that good work for making the South Asian community more prevalent.
As everybody is aware, theatre and artistic expression is extremely important in this day and age. We come out with our expressions of issues that we face in our daily lives, issues that are being faced by the community at large, and we find solutions to same. The South Asian Theatre Festival provides this platform to wonderful performers to really bring forth awareness of issues that are facing our society, especially the Indian community. And I can tell all of you how important it is to expand diversity in the mainstream cultural community in the United States.
I hope you've enjoyed a glimpse into the world of theatre, a world where language has no barriers, full of love and full of hard work. Epic Actors Workshop is the producer of the South Asian Theatre Festival, and we will be celebrating our 25th anniversary next year, and I hope all of you will be able to join us. Thank you.
If film stars are your passion,